Item D is approval to hold, postpone, or cancel the Smokin the Water 4th of July celebration. Do we do anything on this?
I'd like to make a motion that we cancel this year, 2020, Smokin on the Water July 4th event with tentatively rescheduling for next year to be able to have, due to not having the deposit up front, and we would have to use taxpayers' money to hold the deposit along with, I do believe that this would be very, very difficult to have any kind of 6 foot, it'd be crazy to police it. It would be very hard to do social distancing in 6 feet. And if we alter that by vehicle, I think that would also be so demanding on our city as far as our police department to manage that would be extremely hard to manage.
Pretty long motion. Did you get all that?
Got a video.
Okay, I have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. Ms. Stockton, do you have anything else to say?
I guess I added that onto that. I was explaining myself.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
That covered it all.
Okay. Mr. Brackett, do you have anything?
No, I think it's a good idea. I mean, like you said, how you going to police it? And we don't know that we would get the money raised to hold it, and I hate it. But for a safety standpoint, I think it's best that we not have it this year. Come back next year, hopefully, and have it.
Council, have anything?
Question.
Ms. Humphries?
Just to be clear, is your motion fireworks only, or is your motion that we don't have any events of any kind?
I think the
Because
motion.
I tentatively,
I think the motion was to cancel the 2020 Smokin on the Water festivities. It was
to
longer
include
than that, but it
everything,
was-
encompass everything
That's
in
everything.
fireworks.
That's the whole. The Smokin on the Water is the whole celebration.
So does that mean if we cancel that, we can't have any activities of any kind on the 4th?
That is correct.
Because I had tentatively talked to the city manager and Chase earlier about a possible idea if restrictions are listed of something that we could do. It's still kind of iffy on what the restrictions are, but I'm just wondering if this motion's going to X out having anything, or just having the huge celebration that we would normally have, including fireworks.
I mean, I don't care to make an amendment, to the motion as far as it to, I think Smokin on the Water is very clear on this event. So if there is an alternative event that can be within our social distancing that does not include the strain on the city as far as taxpayers' money, and it can be donations, then I'm all about celebration. It's not that I don't want to celebrate,
Right.
but I don't care to amend it.
That's what I thought you were talking about, but I just wanted to make sure before later on I come back and say something else, and then they say, well, we've already voted not to have anything on the 4th, so. But if we're talking the Smokin the Water event at the park, at the gravel pits, at the fireworks, the whole shebang, if this is exclusive to that, that's just all I want to know.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm good.
Mr.
And that's
Bowler.
why that's why I put it specifically by the event name on the agenda, because if council decides later that you want to do something on the 4th, that's fine, but we need to address Smokin the Water first, just because of everything that's involved with that event. So, unless you all add or amended something, we'll consider this vote to give us direction on the biggest things, the fireworks, and then if if you all decide as a body to do something else later, that's fine, but at least that'll give us the direction of, yes, we need to order fireworks, and no, we don't. So, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes, it does.
Well, I guess that's why I was confused, because I thought we were just voting specifically on fireworks, sort of.
No, I think we're,
Okay.
Voting on that event, you know, the
Right.
fireworks and everything that goes with
Gotcha.
it, you know, so the way I understand it, if this motion passes, Smokin the Water will be canceled, and that's, you know, the vendors, the car show, everything that encompasses Smokin the Water. If you all create a new event later, that's something totally separate, and that's your call to make, but,
Okay, I'm clear.
okay. Mr. Brown.
Well, if we do that, then we're throwing safety out the window. You know, I thought that we were considering safety first until Facebook changed our minds and it's all about money. The city manager mentioned money the other day about how much it cost. It costs almost the same every single year. This year, we just don't have as much. And I think he sent a thing out talking about that, you know, 4th of July is on a Saturday, and we've got overtime that costs about $14,000 for cleanup on Sunday and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to come in here and vote to cancel the fireworks and say that I'm wanting to cancel it because of the distancing, and then come back and you ask me to vote for something 2 weeks from now where we've got 3,000 people down there and we've got the same problem. I don't want to have anything. If we cancel this tonight for the 4th of July, I would not expect the city of Kingston to host any major event that gathered crowds until we know what's going on with this virus.
And that is what I'm referring to in the motion, is the Smokin the Water is not something I feel like that we can have social distancing at, number one. I think it's almost impossible.
Do you have anything?
There's two issues. One is money. We cannot spend money we don't have, so that issue is pretty much settled. The second thing is, I for those who have said that we're ruining 4th of July, I think we need to look inward, go buy some fireworks from a local stand, gather 10 of your closest friends, have a cookout, make some ice cream, and come back next year. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Do you have anything else?
Randy, just one last thing, if I can, before you go to him. You know, again, I read all his Facebook stuff and don't reply, but there was one question out there that had over 200 and something, and needless to say, everybody on there, I looked them up, majority of them were outside the city of Kingston, and every single one of them said that they gave money, and we haven't seen any of that money going toward the money part, and I believe that the mayor asked our Parks and Rec director to check. If I'm not mistaken, I will not try to speak for him, but everybody has heard about this, and I think that we have pledged to date $4,500. Now, that's all these people that are going to give $25. Well, just call me and I'll give. Well, folks, if you want it the next time, give.
Yeah.
we did sample 5 of our larger donors. I think 2 said they would donate. 1 said they might consider in the fall. 1 didn't respond, and 1 said no, now's not a good time. So we did. Like I said, we just picked 5 of our kind of regular, larger donors.
Randy, do you have anything?
No, sir. No, well, I do kind of, because if we look at it, you add all that together, that's going to be over $40,000 with overtime and with the cleanup, policing, plus the fireworks, and then getting hit with the thing with the county. You know, we just ain't got the money for it. And plus the safety of everybody. Like Coleman said at the workshop, if 3 or 4 weeks after somebody comes up with a fire, first thing they're going to say is they got it at fireworks or to Smokin on the Water. That's all.
All right, thanks, Randy. I still think there's too much up in the air. There's too much. We don't know what Governor Lee is going to do, how he's going to react to stuff, and you know, we get a lot of money set out there, and something happens, and we're, you know, who knows? Fireworks companies are probably gonna be hurting a little bit this year too, so. All right, with all that, I ask you to call the roll, please, ma'am.
Councilmember Brackett,
Yes.
Councilmember Brown,
Yes.
Councilmember Childs,
Yes.
Councilmember Humphreys,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stockton,
Yes.
Councilmember Wright,
Yes.
Mayor Neal.
Aye.
7 ayes.
All right. As bad as I hated you.